Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is December 7th, 2024, and Barcelona just blew another match with yet another terrible performance where Barcelona just drew 2-2 with Real Betis, where honestly, we did not even deserve that draw. This is the post match live analysis. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and I'm still out of the country, away from my YouTube studio. But don't worry, because tomorrow I will be back home. So tomorrow is gonna be back to your regularly scheduled videos with podcast, post-match live analysis, you name it. I can't wait to be home. I had a lot of fun on this trip, but I miss my bed. And more importantly, I miss my YouTube studio. Anyways, before we begin with the match analysis, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and let's begin with the match analysis because, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Barcelona have dropped points, and it's no thanks to other than the team's horrible performance. This once again what pisses me off about all these matches. These are not matches where Barcelona, are doing so well, but unfortunately the other opponent, was better tactically, or the other opponent was just knew how to defeat us. That's not the case, because if that was the case, I wouldn't be mad. As long as the team shows up, competes, does its best, I'm happy. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. Losing is part of the sport. So if that was the case, again, I wouldn't be mad. But that's not the case. The case here is that match after match, we're dropping points, we're losing, we're drawing, not because the opponent was so much more superior than us, not because the opponent knew how to play against us. It's because the team continues to play awful football. It looked like we had gotten over that hump in the Mallorca match, but that was not the case. Now, against the Mallorca match, I said I was happy with the win. I was happy with the 3 points. I was happy with the thrashing. I thought it was an important win in order to turn page and revert course, but I still said that the match performance was still not that good. Yes, it was a step forward, but it still wasn't the same Barcelona as from the beginning of the season. And well, lo and behold, even though we had taken a step forward against Mallorca, today we took 2 steps back, and we went back to the same awful football with no intensity, no ideas, complete disconnect between our 3 blocks, complete loss of focus by certain players, especially with Real Betis' second goal, where the defense is just asleep. They're watching Real Betis. They give the guy I think it was Isco, who throws the cross. They give him like 5 meters of distance, and they're just sitting there watching him like, it's okay, take your time, do your calculation, figure out who you're going to pass it to. Like horrible performance by the team, and I'm starting to get worried. Because in the last 5 matches, we've only won once. We've lost 2 matches. We've drawn 2 matches. That's a total of 10 points that we have dropped in the last 5 matches. Had we done our job, had the team done its job and beat these mid-table teams, we're not losing against Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid here, which is completely possible. We're losing against mid-table teams. Had the team done its job against mid-table teams with much more inferior quality of players, teams with much smaller budgets, right now we could easily be 10 or more points ahead of Real Madrid. But instead, what we're doing is we're keeping Real Madrid alive. And there's no reason for this race to be this close. We have a Real Madrid who cannot play anything to save their own life. We have a Real Madrid with an injured Vinicius, with an injured Rodrigo, with an Mbappe who can't even score penalty kicks to save his own life. We have a Real Madrid that's dragging itself through the floor, and we are keeping them alive. Just look at this table, and I'll make this bigger. Barcelona have right now 38 points to Real Madrid's 33. That's just a 5-point difference, but let's not forget, Real Madrid are have played two less matches. They have yet to play today's match against Girona, and they have yet to play the match against Valencia, which was suspended due to the flooding. So only 5-point difference, but two matches less. If Real Madrid were to win their respective matches against Valencia and Girona, they are at number one. They are ahead of us by a point. That should not be happening. Real Madrid should not be in this race. It's like a boxing match where your opponent is dizzy, is about to get knocked out, and instead of hitting them once again and knocking them out, we're going back to our corner and saying, it's okay, bro, take your time, sit down, take a sip of water, maybe some ice on the head, just get back into the match. It's okay. Well, I got you. That's what we're doing to Real Madrid. And this is starting to worry me a lot because I like Hansi Flick's press conferences. I've always said that I like how honest he is, that even when the team wins, he comes out and says, we did not perform well. I did not like the performance, but it's time for solutions. It's good that Flick recognizes bad performances. It's good that Flick recognizes there's a problem, but now it's time to implement solutions because something's going on where the team simply is not the same team. This is not Hansi Flick's Barca. This is Xavi Hernandez's Barca once again. A Barca with no ideas, a Barca with no intensity, a Barca with complete disconnect, and a Barca where its players lose their focus. Because today was not a good performance. From the first minute, Real Betis immediately almost scored 2 goals on us with 2 clear chances. Thankfully, one was saved by Rafinha, the other one by Iñaki Peña. By the way, amazing match by Iñaki Peña. If it wasn't for him, this could have easily ended 5-2. So great performance by Iñaki Peña. Now, after those 2 clear chances, Barcelona regained control, but we didn't do anything with that control. We had possession of the ball, we had control of the match, but we didn't do anything. We were just passing the ball around, not really creating chances, not really trying to score. We had one chance towards the end of the first half. It scored, beautiful goal, beautiful triangulation. Had we done that same triangulation, you didn't even have to change things up. Same triangulation, another 3-4 times, we could have at least scored another goal. Like, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to come up with a different play every single time. You can run the same play over and over again. It's gonna work eventually. Had they run the same exact play another 3-4 times, we could have at least scored another goal. But instead, Barcelona wasted the possession of the ball. They wasted the control of the match. They only scored a goal. And as we know, 1 goal is not enough. You have to score more. Second half, the team completely fell asleep. I don't know what the hell they were doing. Real Betis did whatever the hell they wanted. They dominated the match. They created chance after chance. And by some miracle of God, they didn't score 4 or 5 goals because thankfully Iñaki Peña was having a good day and he had plenty of saves that saved our asses. Then with one genius move by Lamine Yamal, he sends that cross to Ferran. Ferran scores. We're up to 1-2, still non-deservedly. But okay, fine. You got your 1-2. You're winning. You don't deserve the win, but you're winning. For God's sake, hold on to the lead. For God's sake, do something and protect your lead. There was only 10 minutes left in the match, and you do the same thing as Celta Vigo, where you let the other team score on you and tie you. Like, what is going on? This is absolutely unacceptable. It got to the point where Lamine Yamal literally looked at the bench like, I don't know what else to do, because Lamine Yamal had one hell of a match. They couldn't take the ball away from him. He had, that incredible assist to Ferran Torres. He started the play. He participated. I think he participated in the play for the first goal. Lamine Yamal did everything he could. And still he looked at the bench and he was like, I don't know what else to do. And that should not be the case. A 17-year-old should not be looking around like, I don't know what else to do because I gave you my 200% and the team still cannot function. So not a good match whatsoever. A draw 2-2. We did not deserve that draw. We're keeping Real Madrid alive in the race. There's no reason for this race to La Liga top spot be this close. I'm very, very disappointed with the team. Something has to change. They have to change things because this is unacceptable. Now, the changes, I was also not happy with the changes. Frankie de Jong comes on. A few minutes later, he commits the silliest penalty kick. He steps on Vitor Roque, takes off his cleat. What are you doing, dude? Ferran Torres, I'm sorry. He scored a goal. That's great. That's awesome. But that guy has no business being in Barcelona whatsoever. Not a good match. Not a good result. We're still dropping points. We're keeping Real Madrid alive. One win in the last 5 matches. We went from averaging 3 goals per match to we scored 3 goals in 3 matches against Celta, Las Palmas, and Real Sociedad. Absolutely unacceptable. Things have to change, and the mentality of these players have to change because the weakness of their mentality is showing, and something needs to. All right, there we go. I don't know what the hell happened. My camera just completely disconnected. But good thing is that I already said what I had to say. Let me change the mic. Okay, there we go. No idea what happened. I apologize about that. My camera, for some reason, just completely disconnected. But I already had to say what I had to say. So let's do a few comments and then we will end the video. And then again, tomorrow I will be back home. So back in my YouTube studio, which of course I do miss being in. Chris says that sucked. Why was Chimmy never booked for his WWE shoulder barges? I don't know, man. I'm not gonna criticize the refereeing because at the end of the day, the team was just horrible, and it is what it is. Cherna says, "Hi, Mo. I'm not happy with today's performance. I really don't know why Flick keep playing Ferran. He keeps playing him because we have no bench. We have no squad depth. If you take out Lamine or Lewy or Rafinha, that's it. We have no one. We have absolutely no one. We have Ansu, we have Ferran, and Pau Victor. Like, Pau Victor, he has potential, but he's not there yet. And as far as Ansu and Ferran, they're 2 lost causes. So we have no depth. We have absolutely no depth up front. You take out any one of our 3 tridents, and there's no one adequate to replace them. Nathan says, Mo, why does the team always fall asleep when they score a goal? I thought this would change when Xabi left. It had changed at the beginning of the season. The team would score a goal, and they would keep going and score a second and a third and a fourth and a fifth. And it changed for a very long time. But I feel after the win over Real Madrid and Bayern Munich and even the first half against Real Sociedad, I think the team was just like, okay, like, we're really good, and we don't have to try anymore because we just, we scored 4 against Bayern. That's one. I mean, that's really hard to do. 4 against Real Madrid in their stadium, 3 goals in 30 minutes against Espanyol. And after that, it's like, I guess the team was just like, all right, I don't have to try because look how good I am. So I don't know what's going on, but things have to change. The Jeff says we need better players. If we have better players, Flick won't have to play players like Ferran and company. Some others are getting so comfortable, but I'll say the substitutions have been bad. I wouldn't say we need better players. We need better subs because we have a great starting squad. Lewy, Rafinha, Lamine, Pedri, Casado, Olmo, Cuarci, Iñigo, etc. We have good starters. We just don't have a bench. So yes, part of it you are right because there is no good enough subs. These players, the starters, they have no pressure to compete because they're like, it doesn't matter if I do well or I do bad. Who's going to replace me? If you are, I don't know, if you are Pau Cuarci, who's going to replace you? Araujo's injured, Christensen's injured. If you're Kunde, who's going to replace you? Hector Fort, he's not really competition for Kunde. So we need better subs, that's for sure. Mark says we cannot get back to top again with these players. We need game changers. It's only Yamal has that capacity. We definitely need another winger that can do what Lamine Yamal does on the right, but on the left, because you're right, we need another game changer. We can't just have one guy who can change things around. Cherno says Flick's changes made us lose the 3 points. He fell asleep today with his tactics. Who's in the right senses substitute Coutinho for Ferran? I think the Coutinho substitution was because we have Dortmund right around the corner. So Flick wanted to rest Rafinha because Rafinha has played every single match including in the FIFA international break. He played both matches with Brazil. I think that was but either way, Rafinha wasn't really having a good match. So even if Rafinha had stayed, I don't think he could have made that much difference because the whole team was just underperforming. And again, it's a matter of substitution. It's like, okay, you need the rest of Rafinha, you take him off. Who do you bring in his place? Ansu, he sucks. Ferran, he sucks. It's just not good. Jeff says, we are chasing Davis when we need a right back. We're not chasing Davis, by the way. Who gives a fuck says, Hansi broke another shabby record today. Fastest red card as a Barcelona coach. He's better in every aspect of his game. And Goody Man says, Mo, let's hope Real Madrid lose their game. And let's hope so too. But, I hate having to depend on other teams for my team to do well. We should not be worrying about whether Real Madrid loses or not. If we do our job, it doesn't matter whether Madrid lose or not or drop points or not. But here we are, keeping them alive for no apparent reason. Anyways, that is all, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your likes, your comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment if you haven't yet. And don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps the channel continue to grow. I will see you in the next video, which I think it will be tomorrow when I'm back home, back in my YouTube studio. So no more crazy short lives in the middle of nowhere. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you again for tuning in. And as always, peace,